Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. Welcome to the Video Game High School channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yes, I've been quiet for a while, and that's been by design because I've just been lurking and reading and trying to follow what a lot of fans are talking about regarding Gotham Knights. Now, for those of you who are on Twitter, if you follow the Gotham Knights space, you'll be able to see a whole lot of different things. You'll be able to try to maybe figure out whatever it is that is on the minds of a lot of people who are, in a sense, following Gotham Knights. And some of them are influential in the discussion in the space. Now, one of them is James Sigfield. Now, some of you may or may not know who that name is, but he has been instrumental in predicting and talking about a lot of things regarding the game. And I think he may be an insider to some extent. Now, here's the really interesting thing. The last set of conversations that we had regarding Gotham Knights was about the potential release date. And for those of you who know, he actually went ahead and addressed that on Twitter and said something along the lines of one of the challenges of figuring out if the release date leak was true or not is that usually developers don't know when the release date is. And I know I mentioned some aspects of that regarding in my video, that there are hierarchies of people who know and have this information. And even though the developers know, they're not allowed to say things about it because there could be changes, there could be need to make amends or even fix bugs that could delay the release, so they want to give themselves ample time. But here is the thing. It appears the developers have pretty much gone into hiding again, or they've gone silent. I guess I should say that in terms of their communication with the community. There has not been much going on the Gotham Knights page. There really also has not been much going on even the creative director's page, other than other personal interests that, he has. And that's fine. I don't want to be that person who's following a game and then, replying every time the creative director posts a bowl of pasta, I start asking for more content. That used to happen a lot to Ed Boon, who's the creator of Mortal Kombat. And even if he posted a picture of a salad, fans will ask for characters and all of these things. So if you go back and you kind of assess all of this and you say to yourself, what in the world is going on? I guess there are many things that you can kind of pinpoint. You can say perhaps there's a possibility that the development of the game has, in a sense, taken much longer than they envisioned. And so this is why they're not talking much. Some people have called it worrying. They said, is this something that we should worry about? Because if you look at other games, after their reveals, it didn't take, in many cases, especially under the Warner Brothers banner, it didn't take longer than 6 to 8 months for those games to come out. Yet we've had pretty much an entire year and half or more of the game being pushed back. So there is something to actually be paying attention to in all of this. Now, here's the bigger question. And I think this actually raises a question that right now we may not necessarily be asking. But that is, what in the world is even going on with the superhero genre? Are things right? Are things going on well? Is it that superhero games are challenging to make? What is the secret sauce that Insomniac is capable of using to bring a lot of these games to the community and bring a lot of these games to gamers at large? Now, I strongly believe that Insomniac has a huge advantage over a lot of the other development firms. They only developed so far the Spider-Man games that they've done for the PlayStation console. They haven't even done a PC port, even say like other studios like Guerrilla Studios and Ben Studios for Horizon Zero Dawn and even their game Days Gone. And so they just have the advantage to be able to focus on one task, which is making a game for one specific platform. Now, yes, different variations within a platform, obviously, but it's something that they actually have taken their time and they spend their time doing. And so I think this is what gives them the big advantage. Games like Gotham Knights or other productions are looking for a broader audience, so they'll have to make their game and develop for the different platforms. And so this is, in my opinion, something that can set them back a little bit. But all in all, I think right now what needs to happen in terms of the DC games is Warner Brothers needs to start to rethink its approach on developing these superhero games. Just as in the past, they would give some of their licenses to other studios that were outside their production line, I think they need to return to that approach. But it appears that because of all of the different mergers and the different segmenting of all of the different, Warner Brothers studios and different. I don't even know how they structure the studios anymore. It's so confusing right now. It appears to be that this is something that will probably not happen. And for me, it just seems like it's not necessarily the recipe for success. If you were to look at Marvel, they're more willing to be able to spread out a lot of the love. Look at, Marvel Midnight Suns. Look at Marvel's Avengers. Look at Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. Yes, these games may not interest everybody for now, but the formula that they're actually putting out there is something that if they continue with the production and they continue to allow for these games to be released and giving them to the hands of other studios outside, I think eventually they'll fine tune the process where they eventually dominate. Because when it comes to numbers in the past few generations, I don't think we've seen the way Marvel has basically dropped a whole bunch of different games in terms of the way that they've done it. But this is only possible because they're using all of these different studios. I think Warner Brothers has an opportunity here that they really do need to use. But anyways, I just wanted to go ahead and just, put that out there and, have this discussion because, a lot of people here in the community are kind of looking at what in the world is going on, but there are many external factors. I don't think it's all about the developers in terms of Warner Brothers Games Montreal. I think there's so many things that we can point to and talk about, but it's just quite interesting to see that, right now, this game has taken a really interesting delay that I'm hoping with everything that the game actually gets its 2022 release. But let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. I really appreciate you guys for watching the video. Thank you so much for hanging with me and, for chilling with the channel. And I guess hopefully we'll talk in another video. Thanks again. Peace out.